How are you?
Very good, how are you?
Great, thank you. So, thank you for taking the time out today, sir. I thought today I'll discuss three things with you. Firstly, I'll share the overview of our program with you. Secondly, I'll tell you exactly what support we will offer to your school throughout the year. And lastly, I'll also share some common teacher and parent concerns that you might come across and how you can address them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Great. So, sir, starting off with the overview of the program itself, I won't walk you through the details, but the main benefit of this program is that your children will be able to build a strong foundation in written and spoken English and basic math foundation skills.
Okay, I think that's what parents want.
Great, and this is a flyer which highlights the top 5 benefits of the program.
Good. I will use this to check how FWP is doing over the year.
Absolutely, sir. In fact, not just at the end of the year, you'll be able to see some changes at the end of the first 3 months also. In fact, I would suggest that you actually go into a senior KG classroom and you select 5 children at random and you ask them 2 simple questions. First question, and I'll give you this printout. The first question is, amongst banana, tiger, car and other such words, what is the word that starts with the sound ba?
Okay.
And the second question is, can you read? There are 3 simple 3-letter words, cat, sat and yak. Can you read these words? Just ask your 5 children these questions, see how they respond.
But why are these questions important questions to test for understanding?
So the first question, sir, will tell you whether your child understands phonics. The sound of ba is the phonic sound of the letter B.
Okay.
The second question will help you see whether your children can actually blend these sounds, these phonics, blend these sounds of these alphabets into words. So can they blend ka, at, into cat? Right?
Okay. That's interesting. I'll try it out on the kids.
Definitely. Please
Can I try it out tomorrow?
So you'll be able to see some change, some response at the end of August. So if you can take it in August and try it with your class.
Okay.
I'll share with you the support that we will give to your school throughout the year. So this is the engagement calendar.
Okay.
Like you know, we've already done teacher training with your teachers. We did last week.
Yes.
And we will have another training planned in August and another training planned sometime in November. In addition to that, we will also have 3 other touch points where we'll be interacting. We'll have a mentoring session with your teachers. Same way, sir, to keep regularly in touch with you, we'll be meeting you again in the middle of the year and towards the end of the year. Right?
Okay.
And if you want, if your school requires it, we'll also offer support, like we are actually helping your teachers in engaging with parents better.
Okay.
Do you have questions on the engagement, sir, so far?
No, it looks okay. I hope you guys deliver on all the touchpoints.
Great. Sir, if you do have questions going forward, my number here is given. I am the learning manager for this school. So if you have any academic related questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Next to my number is also Mr. Abhishek's number. Abhishek is the sales manager for the school. Do you remember Abhishek, sir?
He came to collect the payments last week.
Right. So if you have any questions about invoicing or have the materials reached on time, etc., you can reach out to Abhishek. His number is right there.
Okay.
Lastly, if sir you feel that there are some complaints that we have not addressed properly, me or Abhishek haven't answered your questions correctly, we also have given you our senior manager's number there, Mr. Iqbal. Please feel free to reach out to Mr. Iqbal also.
Sure, I will reach out.
Thanks. And sir, like you said that you would want to see our support throughout the year, that's great. We actually want your support. And there are some specific things, very easy things, just to support your teachers that we want you to do.
Okay, I'm happy to support my teachers.
Great. So the first thing that I would suggest that you do for your teachers is ensure that they get planning time, at least half an hour of planning time, either before the start of the day or at the end of the day, to plan for the next day's session.
Okay.
The second important thing is, now you know that you've purchased a set of learning materials for every classroom.
Yeah.
It's very important that the teachers have access to those learning materials during the entire day. So please make sure that they have free access to those materials so that they can give them to the children, because it's very important that children get to learn from these materials.
Okay.
And thirdly, in fact, we recommend that you actually go into classrooms, pay regular visits to the classrooms and see if the teachers are doing these two things properly, which is have they planned for the lesson and therefore are they able to do the lesson plan properly, delivery, and are they using the materials to actually deliver the lessons.
Okay.
For you to be able to visit the classrooms and check if the teachers are doing the lesson delivery properly, you will see that each teacher has a manual given to her. You can refer to that manual and see if the teacher is actually delivering in class.
Sure.
It'll be great to hear from you, sir, actually, if you actually do those visits and see how.
Yeah, I will do it. And next time we meet, I can talk to you.
So great, sir, that you've said that you would support your teachers. In fact, because this is a new program to them, they will have some challenges or concerns. Have they already come up with some challenges or concerns to you?
Yeah, the teachers generally complain of increased workload because they have a lot of materials to handle and teach kids using those materials.
So actually, increased workload is one of the common challenges we hear from teachers in the first few months of implementation. And of course, I am interacting with teachers regularly and I'm helping them through this entire process. But if they do reach out to you, please also assure them that this is only an initial month struggle for them. Once they get used to the curriculum, they will actually see, once they plan their lessons, that the work reduces for them. The workload actually goes down for them because the children end up self-learning a lot.
Okay.
Now, in addition, sir, if there are more questions that your teachers come to you with or any challenges, concerns, this is a more expanded list of the common concerns or challenges that the teachers might have and how you can help them address those challenges.
Sure. But I'm assuming you will be there to help the teachers out, right?
Absolutely, sir. I'm always there to help the teachers out. Not only will I do the mentoring sessions, we also have a WhatsApp group where I talk to the teachers, they can share their concerns. In fact, sir, your teachers are already making good progress. So this morning I actually went to your senior KG classrooms. And if you don't mind, I'll actually show you a video from one of the classrooms that I observed. I observed Miss Priya's senior KG classroom. So this is the video.
Interesting. I actually think kids are happier in this class. They seem to be engaging with each other a lot more. They're playing around with materials. Interesting.
Absolutely, sir. I think it's a good class, and I'll tell you why I think it's a good class. Miss Priya, the classroom teacher, she did a good job with two important things. One, she set the children into small groups. Once she divided them into small groups, the children could easily interact with their peers in a smaller setting and learn from each other. The second thing that she did very well was she used two materials to actually, and she distributed those materials to the classroom so that the children could actually use those materials and learn from them. One feedback that I gave Miss Priya also is that she actually took about 5 minutes just to remove the materials from that box and to keep them ready so that she could show them to children. In that time, those 5 minutes, the children were idle. They didn't have anything to do. So I've given this feedback to her saying if she plans for a class at the start, she keeps the material ready before the class starts, she'll be able to use those 5 minutes to probably do an icebreaker activity with the children, which will involve them even more. Right? Which is where, sir, your role also comes in. If you could just see if your teachers are getting that planning time, which is so important, that would be great. Thanks for your support, sir. And lastly, like we discussed, it's new for your teachers. The program is also new for your parents. And I'm sure the parents will also have concerns, challenges. Have they come up with anything?
Yeah, a few parents have gone to the teachers complaining that there is lesser written homework. See, parents want homework and they think homework means they're learning in school. So I think that's the challenge.
And sir, we know this. We know that parents come up with this kind of challenge in the initial months, and that is because they are not familiar with the program and how the program gives homework, right? Like I mentioned, we will have a parent orientation for the parents of your school. In fact, I'm working with your teachers to arrange that session towards the end of this month, where I will personally be present and I will be talking to these parents and I will be addressing their challenges upfront. However, for you to be able to answer that parent, I'd like to share some points that you can tell those parents.
Okay.
One example you can give your parents is that the way FWP teaches letters is different. So there is definitely writing that happens in the classroom, but it happens with a process. It first starts with the teacher getting the child to understand the shape of the letter using a sandpaper activity. Once the child understands this shape, then the child puts 2 pages of writing under the supervision of the teacher. So writing happens in class. What children get to do as homework is the teacher gives them a homework book in which she says, come back, coloring with say a green color, only those objects which start with the letter K.
This is a more expanded list of possible parent concerns and how you can address them.
So I hope that will help answer the parents' concerns.
But I'm hoping you will come and support during the session at the end of the month and communicate the message.
Absolutely. And please feel free to join that parent orientation session. So sir, that's about it from my side. Do you have any other questions?
Not for now. The session was helpful.
Okay, thank you sir, and we'll keep in touch. I'll see you at the end of the month for the parent orientation session.
Thank you.